but I thought it was important to bring you together here so you can hear from the Chief Commissioner and that all Victorians can understand what the plans are for today and what it is that we've experienced, certainly in these last 24 hours. Can I say at the outset that the ugly scenes that we saw yesterday are not only appalling, they're unlawful. Victoria Police will take action against those who did the wrong thing yesterday. Now, the Chief Commissioner can speak to the makeup of that crowd. I think there were some people there who you would say were from the building industry. There were others who were not from the building industry. They're not there to protest, they're there for a fight. They're there to pretend to be protesting. They're from many different backgrounds. What offends me is not only is the conduct, but in my job over many years, I've met hundreds and thousands of builders, hundreds and thousands of tradies who build this state, whether it be removing level crossings, building hospitals and schools, all the way through to building homes. They're fine people, they're hard-working people. And what we saw yesterday is an insult to the vast, vast majority of tradies or people in the building industry who are not about wrecking, they're about building. Yesterday we saw 1,000, 2,000 people, many of whom behaved appallingly. They do not reflect, and they should not be seen to reflect, an entire industry. That would be unfair. That would be wrong. The number that is in some ways more important is that almost 90,000 people yesterday across our state went and got vaccinated. They know, as I know, that the way out of this is not violence, it's vaccination. That's the key. So why is construction having to go and get the jab? Why is vaccination compulsory in the construction industry? Well, today there are more coronavirus cases in construction than there are in aged care. There are more cases of coronavirus in the construction sector than there are patients with coronavirus in hospital across the whole hospital system. The key to that is whether it's aged care workers or hospital workers, and indeed others, and the Deputy Premier will be out later today to announce other groups of workers in our community who are going to have to get the jab to keep our state safe. Those sectors are vaccinated, either fully or on the way to being fully vaccinated. Vaccination works. Vaccination is our pathway out of this. I thank all of those people who got vaccinated yesterday, who in their actions, not just in their words or their thoughts, but in their actions. The real demonstration yesterday was a demonstration of a state going and getting vaccinated, nearly 90,000 people. I know many people who work in this industry. The appalling conduct yesterday does not speak for them. It is not representative of them. The hundreds and thousands of people who are, in every sense of that word, builders. They're not wreckers. They're not vandals. They're builders. They build our state. I've got nothing but respect for them, and I don't think that they were in any way represented accurately in any way by the appalling conduct of some yesterday. That conduct's been called out. That conduct will be dealt with. I want to thank Victoria Police on behalf of all Victorians for putting themselves in harm's way to keep the rest of us safe, as they do every day. Every police family across our state will be anxious at this time to know that their loved ones are going out to do this important work. So by extension, I thank them also for their commitment and for their absolute determination to keep Victoria safe. As I throw to the Minister for Police, and then the Chief Commissioner can speak to you a bit in more detail, and then we'll take some questions. I just want to make this final point. We are so close. We are so close to meeting those vaccination targets at 70% double dose, 80% double dose, ending the lockdown, getting past this thing. Yes, it'll be a difficult time in our hospital system. We will see patients, but we are going to normalise this, and we are going to be open, and the days of lockdowns will be behind us. This sort of behaviour puts everything at risk. This sort of behaviour is unlawful, it's ugly, it will not be tolerated. But I do think it's important to say that the behaviour of a few should not be seen to cast aspersions or define an entire industry, an industry of proud, hard-working men and women. And I am gutted to have to shut this industry down, but be in no doubt there are 350 cases in construction, over 150 different sites during August and September. This is real. And unless we took this action, and unless we see compliance higher then we will continue to see the spread of this virus, and that puts everything at risk. I think I've made my position very clear. We support police, we thank police, and we don't believe that this is something where Victorians should form a view about all construction, about all tradies. Nothing could be further from the truth. I think that was quite a diverse crowd, and not necessarily in the best sense of that word. Many different people acting appallingly under the guise of a protest or a demo. That's not what it was. It was something very different to that. Can I now ask Minister Neville to add to my comments, and then the Chief Commissioner can take you through, to the extent that it's appropriate, what happened yesterday, what's happening today, and then we're happy to take a few questions. And I do regret that I do have to go and attend to other matters.